Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the first live stream of Frame 316 Media. We're excited tonight because it's the first time that we're going to be doing this. And we have someone with us tonight who will be sharing her insights when it comes to how you can sell your brands using videos. So I'm going to give her time to introduce herself later, but just to give you a heads up, so my guest for tonight, she's a friend of mine. She's based in the Philippines. She's the founder of Advanced Sales Institute, and she's all about success mindset. And she does a lot of talk and trainings and coaching. And apart from that, she is very much active in the business community in the Philippines. So I wanted to bring her in so that you guys can enjoy what she's gonna share to us tonight. So, Jonecca, welcome to the stream. Hello.
Hi, Robert. Hi, everyone. Yeah, it's nice to be here, and it's a pleasure being the first guest speaker in Frame 316's YouTube Live. So, yeah, thanks for having me.
Yep, amazing. So yeah, I hope I gave justice to your skill set by introducing you, as much as I can. So I'm gonna give
Oh,
you the time
yeah.
right now to introduce yourself and talk about what you're doing.
Okay, so I'm Jonecca San Pascual. I'm a neurolinguistic programming coach. That's NLP. And I'm also the founder of Advanced Sales Institute. And Advanced Sales Institute is a training solutions provider. And we help clients globally to increase their business prosperity through cognitive learning and NLP. So yeah, that's what I do. That's what we do. And I conduct a lot of sales training, leadership training in the Philippines, and I also do motivational and success coaching. Yeah,
That sounds a lot of work for someone like me. So how long have you been doing this stuff?
I've started coaching since 2017, so it's 3 years now, and I started public speaking also in that year.
But before that, what were you doing? Are you working full time or are you working as an entrepreneur before that?
I was actually a online marketing strategist since 2012. So I do marketing management, I do marketing strategy, and marketing automation for clients globally. And yeah, I started my own retail business when I was at 23 years old. So a few years, about 4 years, 5 years after establishing that business, I had to sell it. So that's why, I have to find myself, go to a lot of seminars, read a lot of books, and that's when I decided to coach people and that's where I also found my passion, which is training, teaching people. Yeah, that's how I became a coach.
Okay, that's good. So it means you have a lot of like, marketing background. So you've done a lot of, engaging customers, designing content to engage customers and coming up with strategies. So that would be helpful and insightful for our viewers tonight. All right.
Yes, definitely, for sure. Yeah, that's why I do both marketing and sales, because yeah, I teach sales training, and yet my background is full of marketing, which is essential for you to sell. Definitely,
Yep. It,
yes,
it,
definitely.
it's actually a hybrid combination, because in the market today, especially, when you work with clients, it's a bit difficult when they see marketing and sales as the same thing. But, those are like two different
Really,
big
really.
stuff that you need to do, right? So it's good for you that you have a background on both. Okay, so I like to welcome you on my channel. So my channel is all about helping small brands grow their business using video. So I do a lot of YouTube stuff, training for YouTube, so that small entrepreneurs would somehow be convinced that YouTube is a great platform for them to reach their target audience and to really grow their business and live the life that they want to. So I'm in a pursuit of helping
Mm-hmm.
10,000 small business owners.
Wow,
So
10,000.
that's like what I want to do, and I hope I live long enough to do that.
For sure, definitely. With YouTube alone, you can reach to a lot of people, not just 10,000 people, but more than that.
Yeah, thanks for encouraging me. You're really my friend. So,
Yes, good friend.
having a background on selling online and having transitioned from really focus on marketing and engaging with clients, how can you describe the environment nowadays when it comes to selling online? Did you think it became would you agree that it became more difficult, or it became more accessible? So what's your opinion on that?
Uh-huh. So, of course, for me, I always see the positive side of things. Even though there are lots of negativity around, we always have a saying that, some cry, but some sell tissues. So, yeah, a lot of people also saw this pandemic as an opportunity for them to build business, sell online, especially here in the Philippines. The online business industry just became in demand, and it boosted to and increased to a higher percentage. So in a way, it's an opportunity, but yeah, I understand that it has affected a lot of business people, a lot of business owners, especially those who have physical stores, the stores in the mall. They are all affected with this pandemic, and for you to survive, you really have to adapt to what is available. And if you don't adapt, you won't survive. You won't
Yep.
survive the pandemic. So you have to equip yourself with the right tools. You have to equip yourself with the right strategy on how you can survive, or how can your business um, uh, still be alive, after this.
Yeah, it's all about finding really a way to get discovered. I mean, for me, what I have in my mind is having the opportunity to work with different clients. I think you can resonate with this, is that there are traditional clients, who's really very difficult to convince them that at least start exerting effort on a digital platform. But for them it's like, no, we're not going to do that. So I hope they're doing fine right now, because
Mhm.
they don't want to take the risk, because for them it's a lot of logistics, it's a lot of effort to move online. uh
Uh,
talking about that scenario, that
mhm.
you mentioned that there was a boom on the online business. So a lot of
Mhm.
people are selling so many things right now. you know
A lot
so
of
yeah,
people.
a lot of people is like some
Yeah.
are selling their used stuff, some are like selling products, some who are very much into drop shipping. I think they also got a big chunk of
Yeah.
the pie in terms of earning the money. But for now, the fact that we're not really connected to our audience now physically, because
Mhm.
before it's a combination of being physically present, and understanding what they want, right? And
Correct.
being in front of the computer, reading data, reading analytics, finding how they behave. So right now we're a bit stuck into that data setting, right? So what would be your brilliant advice to entrepreneurs who are reading data right now, analyzing data in terms of the reaction, in terms of the engagement of the audience? Because before, let's say when you speak, right, when you talk to a huge crowd, right,
Mm-hmm.
probably let's say it's a good, let's say 100 people were there, right, and then you
Mm-hmm.
get their emails, but you have a specific connection with them physically, probably after the event or a coffee meetup,
Mm-hmm.
or they talk to you. But right now it's really online. All the Zoom meetings are online. Once you leave the meeting, you don't know what's going to happen. So what's your advice for people who are very new to the digital analyzing of engagement?
Okay. Yeah, just to tell you, when I started back in 2012 as an online marketing strategist, the resources aren't that much available to me. There are not much courses out there back in 2012. There's not much coaches, there's not much trainers, speakers. All I can do is just do self study, do a lot of YouTube videos, do a lot of Google a lot of things, and apply or work on it so I can learn how to do it, learn the actual way on how to do it, and then create mistakes and then learn from those mistakes. you know Now things are so much different. The resources are already available, right? It's already in front of you. So you can access courses. There are so many coaches to help you. You can see a lot of YouTube videos on everything, like how-to videos, right? So if you want to study, want to know more about the digital stuff, there there's there are a lot of available lessons out there. So all you have to do is work or study it online, purchase some courses, and then do an actual work on how to do things. So you can learn a lot of stuff, but if you don't apply it, you won't be able to grasp, you know,
Yep.
yeah, the real lesson. So all these things you can read in the book, but you cannot call a mountaineer if he is not doing mountaineering, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you have to do the actual work, apply it, do some Facebook ads, do some SEOs, do some Instagram ads, market your business out there, and while you apply it, while you work on it, you will learn the tricks, you will learn the tips, you will learn the strategies on how to really do digital media.
Thanks for that. That's really very insightful. But since you mentioned doing, right, it's all about a matter of doing. Like,
Hmm.
no one on the base of a mountain can call himself a mountaineer unless he really went up the mountain. But what the challenge of a small business owner is resources, right? I mean,
Hmm.
it's one thing to go online and learn, right? Read, watch videos. But for you, what is the easiest practical first step for a small entrepreneur who has a smartphone?
Hmm.
Because smartphone is very good when it comes of doing videos nowadays. So what's the most practical way to sell a service or a product with a very limited resource?
Okay, so we know that social media is very demand in demand nowadays, right? And with social media, like let's say Facebook alone, there are let's say you know millions of subscribers in Facebook alone,
Yeah.
and um, for sure your target audience is on Facebook. Okay, if not, perhaps on LinkedIn,
Yep.
if not on Instagram, right? If not on Twitter. So you have to find that out. Who is your target audience? And where are they? Where are they? Where can you reach out to them? Okay. What are their demographics? Are they business owners too? Or are they celebrities? Perhaps go to Instagram. Are they, professionals like C-level CEOs? Perhaps go to LinkedIn. Okay. You have to know those stuff and then reach out to them. And how can you reach out to them? You can do direct marketing. Okay, that's sending them a message. Okay, you can do Facebook ads. You can do ads, Google ads, Instagram ads. Okay, you can do a lot of these advertising that you should you should learn how to, or at least delegate that to someone if you don't if you're not confident to doing it by yourself. And of course, uh, create videos about your product, post something about your product. Okay, create content about your product, and especially videos.
Yep.
Videos attract a lot of consumers. You know why? Because videos are really eye catching. Videos are, they attract a lot of viewers. When you see it on your mobile phone, you can stop watching it if the video is entertaining enough. Okay, so yeah, post content out there, create videos. Okay, know where your consumers are at, and yeah, reach out to them. Get your strategy in place. Okay, promote your products out there.
Yep, that's good. And since you mentioned about the talk about where people are, I have since we're on YouTube, you forgot to mention YouTube a while ago.
Yeah, so
Anyway, so I
definitely
want
YouTube.
yeah, I
Mhm.
wanted to share this, a stat that shows uh how much opportunity you have on YouTube right now. This is January. They do this every quarter, so there's probably a new data right now. But you can see here on the screen right now, we have 2 billion login users on YouTube each month. So that's a lot of people watching YouTube right now. And if you are not really convinced that it's really the time to jump in and sell, and really make your product, make your service accessible using video, I think you're gonna really find it very challenging to even make a sale, right? So I think for those small business owners, what
Mhm.
what I would encourage them, because definitely, I mean, you are, in a way, you're good in doing videos, but we always remember the first videos that we did, right? So
Right.
don't
Definitely
don't
right.
don't expect uh your first video to be really good.
Perfect.
You're gonna mess up your first video. uh
Yeah.
you might even forget what you're talking about, what your brand is. You might realize, oh, I'm done recording the video, I didn't even mention my brand or my product or my service. So but the idea is, like what Jonica mentioned, unless you start doing it, you won't really get better at doing it. So I think the most practical tip is do it. as you watch people doing it, take notes, like, I want to be like this, I want to try this way of talking in front of the video, and I want to do live streams, right? I want to do like handheld videos. So, but don't expect, I think practically your first 10 videos is going to be really bad. I mean,
Exactly.
I hate to give you that news, but your first 10 videos is going to be bad.
Yes. Yeah, I can relate. The first video I made on YouTube, it's now hidden in my channel. I made it because it's so bad, and you can see the sweat, on my face, and it really shows that I'm really nervous. But I was able to face my fears. So it's a matter of facing your fears. If you really want it, if you know why you're doing it, then just go for it. At the end of the day, what's the worst thing that can happen? What's the worst thing that can
Yep.
happen? You showing your face out there, you won't die. I mean, more likely you won't die after showing your face out there, or doing YouTube videos. So what's stopping you? You have to know what is stopping you from creating videos, promoting your brand, and promoting yourself. So yeah.
Okay, this is an important question for me that I should not forget asking you. As a salesperson, right? I mean, that's your space. Should people or should entrepreneur do hard sell on their videos?
I actually don't promote hard sell, because if you give value, if you're really good at what you do, you don't actually have to sell anymore. People will come to you. People will ask you, "Hey, what's your product? Hey, what's your service?"
Yes.
And sales has a bad branding. I mean, everywhere, not just in the Philippines, because of pushy sellers, hard sellers, and who are too focused on just selling and making a dime with their products or services. That's why some people, they really like to buy, but they hate being sold to. So when they see salespeople around, they won't like, right? So they will like avoid, salespeople or something. So yeah, it's really important that you don't do hard sell. I don't promote. There are people who do hard sell that works for them, but I really don't promote that. Because yeah, if you want to be master seller, you don't just offer the value of what you sell, but you offer the solution to their problem. So that's what you have to keep in mind. That's not just your products, but how can you help the client? What are their needs? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you 105% on that. But having mentioned that hard selling stuff, the only other option that entrepreneurs have is to build rapport, right?
Mm-hmm.
Through the content, through the engagement, through the messaging. So I think you're the perfect human being in the screen right now, because there are only two human beings on the screen to give tips on how to build rapport with target audience.
Okay, so I remember this client of mine in sales training. Um, he told me how he sells to customers. He told me that he will befriend the customer first, and if he's already a friend, then he can sell easily. Okay, and most of us are like that. It's hard to say no to friends when you've built relationship with someone. It's hard to say no with what they're selling, right? So what we want to do is to build friendship with a client, which is a stranger. So how do you build relationships with a stranger? That is through building rapport. Okay, and how do you build rapport? Through virtual, or how do you build rapport virtually? Okay, So one way to build rapport, and it's something that I studied in NLP. Okay, so we have what we call the mirror and matching. Okay, mirror and matching is you mirror and match the client's body language, the client's words, and the client's tone of voice, something like that. And with words, for example, I'm talking to Filipinos. My target audience is Filipinos. I won't talk in English. I'll just talk in my native language, which is Tagalog. Why? Because it will build rapport with my audience. Okay, because if you can't build rapport with your target audience, chances are they might be uncomfortable watching you. Okay, if my audience are teenagers or kids, okay, might as well match what they wear. Okay, just wear t-shirts, just wear pants, and don't show up wearing business suits, or it might intimidate them. Okay, so those are body languages. And if your target audience are professionals, business people, might as well do wear something that is a bit formal. Okay, so just so you could be at the same wavelength. So yeah, that is just some mirror and matching. And relate, make sure that you are relatable. Okay, you are relatable to your audience. If your target audience are millennials, teenagers, relate to them by talking their words. What are the trending words today? What are the trending words, like for the teenagers nowadays, right? So you use that often. Okay, if your audience are, let's say, uh, likes basketball, make sure you relate to them by talking about Miami right now or Lakers right now. So yeah, do something like that, and make sure they can always relate to what you say, to what you talk about, and all your content. Make sure that they can relate to you, and chances are you could build rapport with them in an instant, and you can build rapport with them without them even noticing. So it's something that you can do unconsciously for your audience. Okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's those are like, I mean, those are really practical stuff. But when you're really busy on the business side of stuff, you tend to
Hmm.
forget about that. Like
Yeah.
about
Correct.
the relatability, even in friendship, right? Imagine if you have one among your group of friends was not really relatable. Like, would you want hanging out with that person? I mean, I think
Uh,
the online relationships, business relationships, it mirrors the real relationships that we have, right, in real life, like friendship. Just practically talking to a person. When you post, you're like talking to a person that's physically in front of you, right? So
right. Right.
when you're saying something that they really cannot understand. Yeah, but I agree. I
Mhm.
agree. Yep. Okay, so we
Right.
have a few questions here, but we're gonna jump in that later. Don't worry, guys.
Hmm.
While you're here, and later we're gonna be. Oh, I think it's the perfect time to jump on the other field of expertise that you have right now, which is the I want to call it NLP because I really don't get the enough brain power to memorize what that means. So let's talk about NLP, and this is all about psychology, right? NLP is all about, right?
Like,
So
yes, it's
what?
a study. Hmm.
Okay, so can you talk about the role of NLP in selling
Hmm.
process,
Okay.
and just jump into the psychology while why videos are successful medium.
Okay.
Because there's a specific way that human brains behave, right? So yeah, why don't you
Right.
talk about that?
Okay, so to explain NLP to you very briefly, which I also explain on my channel in Tagalog. NLP is a study of human behavior, and it's a strategy on how we can condition our minds and condition others through the power of words.
Mm-hmm.
So that is NLP, and words are a big factor to using NLP. Because if you notice, we talk to ourselves using our words, using words. Okay, whether we're saying something or we're not saying anything, we communicate to ourselves with words. Okay, so what if I always use negative words every day of my life? How will that affect me? How will that affect my mindset, my behavior, and the habits that I create? Okay, it will also give me negative results in my life. Okay, so for example, if I talk to you right now and what I say to myself is something negative, like for example, uh she can't really talk well, something like that, or
Mm-hmm.
people will just judge her.
It's just
Okay,
boring.
yeah. So if I talk to myself right like that, then chances are I won't have the confidence to talk to you right now. Okay, so if you tell someone that that person is stupid, okay, you always tell that person it's stupid, then that person will believe he or she is stupid because you always tell them that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you tell yourself, you tell others, you become. So that's really brief explanation of NLP. And in a way, I use NLP in marketing and sales. Okay, so in terms of sales, we use NLP to be persuasive.
Yep.
Okay, um, uh, achieve that charisma in order for me to influence more people, and in order for me to persuade the clients, and not create conflict at all with them, and make sure that uh, we are in a win-win situation at all times. Okay, so that's how I use NLP in terms of sales. And it's not just about building rapport with clients, it's about learning why your customer buy from you. What is the psychology behind your customers reason of buying? Okay, and knowing their internal representation. Okay, internal representation is their thought process. What is their thought process? No, profiling them, who they are. Right? It's the advanced part of NLP, but it's basically knowing who you sell to, and if you understand the person, if you understand your customer better, then you can sell to them more because you know what they need. Okay, because you know how to solve their problems. Okay, so that's NLP for sales, and also knowing how to uh, answer their rejections, knowing how to answer their objections. Okay, so yeah, if I talk NLP, about sales, it will take me whole day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but how can I relate NLP with videos? Okay, so with NLP, we have three representational system. Okay, representational system is how we classify people based on their thought process on certain things or certain situations. And with NLP, we have the visual people, we have the kinesthetic people, and we have the auditory people. Okay, so for visual people, you can sell to them or you can talk to them by creating anything visual for them, visual aids, slides, presentations. Okay, they will appreciate it more if they can see something. Okay? They like to see something good, beautiful. Okay, so it's this someone, it's if you have a visual client and she saw that your website isn't that, good, she might react to it. Okay, so that's visual. And we have the auditory clients, which prefer more, to hear what you would like to sell, or to hear what you are promoting. So these are like, podcast works for them a lot than visual people. Audiobooks works for them than, the visual people. So if the visual would like to see something, they would like to have, to read something. The auditory people would like to hear about it. They would like to hear your content. Okay, they don't, the visual doesn't matter to them that much, but what you have to say. Okay, but the kinesthetic people, on the other hand, are more on, feelings. If what you're selling to them makes sense to them, if it feels right to them. Okay, so with videos, let's say YouTube videos, it covers all of those. It covers the visual, it covers the auditory, and it covers the kinesthetic. Okay, that's why videos are so engaging. Videos are, really enticing and eye-catching for a lot of people. Because no matter, if you're visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, you will like, or the video will work for you. Okay, so as long as you have, good content, great content for visual, good soundtrack, or good voice for auditory people, and what you do makes sense for kinesthetic people, you're good to go. you know and the right strategy from Robert here, you definitely gain, lots of followers and, viewers.
Wow, that was like a quick course on NLP. But one thing that I pick
Real
up on
quick.
that, one thing that I pick up on what you just discussed is that you mentioned like three different profiles, right? Auditory, visuals, and the letter K, the emotional, the emotional human beings. But
Yeah, yeah.
it, if I'm a content creator, I'm a video creator.
Uh-huh.
How do I know, right? How do I know that my audience is auditory, is he visual? So how do I find that out? That because that's already profiling, like designing persona, but it's like way advanced topic. But in a nutshell, what should I watch out for as a content creator?
Okay, so let me explain it this way. So imagine you have a client in front of you, and, you have a brochure to give to that client. Okay, the visual people, oh, when you keep on talking and talking, the visual people will just look at the flyer and, won't care much about what you say. Just look at the flyer. Okay, so with auditory people, they will put down the flyer and would like to hear what you say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they would like to understand you. They would like to, know better about what you tell them. And the kinesthetic people, when you give them the brochure, okay, they will, fold the brochure. They will, I don't know, probably do something about the brochure, tear the papers apart. I don't know, something that they just want to touch. Okay, so that is kinesthetic people. And kinesthetic people, for example, you have friends who like, tapping you every time
Talking.
speaking with them. It's most likely those people are kinesthetic. They want to do things with
Mm.
their head while they're listening, because they want something moving. They want to move something. They want to feel something, touch something. That's how uh, they process things. They process their thoughts better. So if you want to sell to kinesthetic people, you want to give that person an actual procedure, examples, or step-by-step procedure walkthrough, something like that, so the client can feel what you're selling.
Wow. Okay, so as a content creator, let me know if I got it right. Okay? The strategy that I should start using or doing right now is you know create content that would cover those three
Yeah.
behaviors, right? Or psychological behaviors or whatever you call those profiles, right? Cover those separately and then come up with content that combines them, right? You
Right.
know, like if you can come up with, because I always tell my students or those who ask for my advice, when you're really doing, if you're not doing vlog, doing business videos on YouTube, you should write script for your videos. So that's a good opportunity for content creators to prepare for the auditory, you know, people,
Yes.
right? And combining it with like amazing visuals, you're covering the visuals, right? The visual people in one video. And then when you're animated, right? When you talk, you notice a lot of video content creators, some are like this, like reading a Bible. But I mean, for me, I tend to move my hands because it relaxes me and it keeps my brain in check. So when I'm moving my hands, if you notice on my videos, so I
Yeah.
think, did I get it right? It's combining them and doing, separate video content for different behaviors.
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely. Because if you would do that, or if you do that, chances are they will still engage,
Yep.
to your video, because they appreciate you. They appreciate what they see, what they hear, and what they feel. Okay, so yeah, it's a great way. And if you notice, some of my videos, I created some animations,
Yeah.
colorful animations for the visual. Okay, because I'm a visual, and I know how to attract visual people. For auditory people, what they do is they create some music, you know, create some background music. The visual or the auditory people will appreciate that. And yeah, for kinesthetic people, you can do procedures, step-by-step procedures, like um, uh, guiding them, like here are the three steps, here are the three signs, something like that. They will appreciate that as well. Hmm.
Amazing. That's really, I'm learning a lot from you. Because like NLP, I mean, to be honest, NLP is like a scary stuff for me, because
Uh,
I don't know, because probably it's because I'm afraid, to jump in deeper. But by how you explain it, like in a few minutes, it gives me that, it triggers a part of my brain, that this is a good topic. And by the way, on this part of the video, I just wanna, like, mention the people here that's joining us: Jello, Jeff, Ronan,
hi.
Ace, Crisanta. Yeah, so these are my friends. Ronan is a very, active follower of my channel. Thanks, bro.
I got.
Yeah. By the way, you have a YouTube channel, right? So what's your YouTube channel?
All right, you can follow me on YouTube. I'm still working on it with the help of Robert, of course. It's Jonecca San Pascual. You can, yeah, search it on YouTube and you can find me. So yeah, hope to see you there.
So
And
that's just your name, right? Jonecca San. No
yeah,
plans, no plans to do like a branded channel
no,
like Frame 316 Media.
no. Since I do coaching and I do public
Oh yeah,
speaking,
it's more
I
personal,
think,
right? So your
yeah,
brand is your name, right?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
I
Right,
have I
right.
have one question here from Jeff. I think Erwin's question, because Erwin asked how to use NLP in persuading viewers. I think you covered that a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah. I have one question from Jeff. He says, "What's one advice you can give to a B2B sales marketing person. Jeff is young. It's not like it's not in our level of the work that we have done in our life. So Jeff is a friend of mine, but he's younger. I think younger
Okay.
than both of us. So what advice can you give to him, to a B2B sales marketing person?
Okay. Your question is really broad, as in really
Yes.
broad, and I don't know where to start in answering that question. First, I have to know what is the issue or what is the problem. Are you not getting leads, or are you getting leads but you're not closing the deal with them? So yeah, since it's really broad, I'll answer it in general. With B2B, it's harder than B2C. Okay, so you might want to use a lot of email marketing. You want to do an email nurture with them, build relationships with them through email. Okay. Yeah, because B2B is something that you don't often see on Facebook, on Twitter, or if it's on LinkedIn, it's hard to keep the communication going.
Yep.
So the best way for them is really through email. Get their emails, do do a lot of email flows for them, do the welcome email, the email nurture sequence, yeah, the VIP emails, so you could build more relationship with them, and make sure to promote, to offer your products and services once you've built that relationship with them.
Okay. I hope
Mhm.
that's something that's really helpful for Jeff. Jumping to that question, how do you sell your brands using video? So at this point of our conversation, it's safe to say that you use a video primarily as a medium or a channel to engage, build relationship, build rapport. You know,
Yes, yes, yes,
but you
yes.
don't actually do hard selling, right? But in that way, as you do build, what you call this, credibility, authority in your space when you're doing videos, I think
Mhm.
the selling part happens behind the scene, right?
Right, right,
So it's
right.
not like, hey, this is my product. I'm on my video. This is my product. Please buy this. Those are like 1980s TV stuff, right? So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
selling, it's safe to say that the selling happens behind the process, right? As you start building your brand, your identity, building the trust, right?
Mhm,
That you get, because as like for you, when you keep talking about NLP and sales,
mhm.
you are building your identity, your brand, right? But
Right,
if you started talking all of a sudden, unboxing unboxing a watch, it's not related to NLP and sales. You just wanted to do that,
yeah,
but that doesn't add anything to your brand, right? So I think the takeaway for everyone who's watching us, even for the replay, you use video to sell, but the selling process happens behind the scene, right? Because as you build your
most,
brand, people know you. You can do subtle selling, like, hey, I have a course. I'm opening up a course. I have the link on the comment or on the description below. That's it, right? You don't tell
mhm.
them like, hey, I have the ultimate solution to save the world from COVID. Pay me $450. So yeah, do you agree? Is this what I said?
Yeah, definitely, Robert. I totally agree. And if you ask me how I sell through videos, I do it in a way that it's in funnels. So
Yep,
we call
that's
it
good.
sales funnels, right? So when you create a video through Facebook ads or on YouTube, you have to link, your email opt-in
Yep.
to your audience so that you can capture their email and know when to reach out to them anytime
Yes.
you want. Okay, give them value, share knowledge to them through email, promote, your videos, your blog through email. Okay, and then sell your product. Okay,
Yep.
when you build that relationship and you build that rapport, you can now sell your product to them because, like what you told earlier, Robert, and I like that you told this. There's already trust. Okay, and trust is the number one foundation of selling or of sales. Okay, that's the number one foundation of sales. And with videos, you can build your credibility with that. You can build your brand with that. So whenever they search for you, they will know your videos. They will see your videos. They will be able to watch your videos and know that they can trust you because you're someone who's been, talking out there, telling your opinion and knowledge out there. Okay, so yeah, that's how I do it. And I remember before with courses and with events, I really do create videos first and then take them to the sales page,
Yep.
because videos are really uh, enticing. It's eye catching, and I attract a lot of engagement through videos. So I can expect a lot of comments. I can expect a lot of likes if I post a video on my timeline. So yeah, it's a great strategy to use. It's a great tool, and if you know how to do it, you'll dominate. You'll dominate the digital industry.
And you mentioned about the funnel, right? It's like really a lot of work because let's say you did a video, you mentioned you captured the email, right? Once you
Mhm.
captured the email, this email enters in a funnel that is aligned with the customer journey, right? From
Right,
awareness to conversion. So it
right,
involves a lot of work. If each stage of the funnel, you design a specific, video for them, right? You send an
right.
email, and then there's like a snippet of video, and then once before you go to the conversion, that's where you actually do an almost hard sell, right? Because they properly went through the funnel, right? Do you agree?
Right. Agree with you. And the purpose of the sequence is to build relationship and credibility, for them to build credibility with you. So yeah, it is important that it that you create flows. That's what we call flows, email flows for your audience and for your clients.
Amazing, amazing. Wow. I wish we have like the whole night to just pick Jonica's brain. So I'm gonna, guys, if you have any question, just drop it on the comment section. But I want to give you time right now, Jonica, to talk about. Wait, give me a minute. I'm just gonna pull that up. Your this one. Okay. Okay. So yeah, what this is your like sales pitch part. No.
Right.
What are we looking at?
Uh-huh. Yeah. So if you notice, we mentioned think beyond basics. So that means thinking in advance in a more subtle way. And uh, uh, as you can see, I mentioned a benefit. Okay. So how can we help you? What's the benefit of us working together? So
Mhm.
I mentioned increase your sales. To know that our purpose is definitely to increase your sales.
Okay. So
Mm.
it says here you have over 100 plus successful projects and still counting. Nice.
You still counting.
Okay, so guys, this is Jonica's website, advancedSalesInstitute.com. Just gonna show it on a banner later. So this is your team, right?
Yes. Yeah, my
Yes.
two co-founders. Yeah, George and Ken.
Okay, so just let me bring that up here. That's your website. This is what I like about StreamYard. You don't actually feel like you're streaming, but you're playing while you're streaming and
I,
adding value to your audience. Anyway, Jonica, I would like to really thank you for being my first guest. Hope to do this continually and yeah, consistently, and find people who'll be willing to sit down with me and talk about the business side of of videos. So aside from this, do you have any like webinars coming up?
We have events for Advanced Sales Institute coming this October 17. It's
Mm-hmm.
how to manage small teams personally and virtually with George Ramos. So yeah, just hit me up, or you can ping Robert about the details. And yes, thank you so much, Robert, for having me here. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Yes. So, hope you're enjoying your staycation. I I heard Manila is still, still not fun to be in Manila right now.
It's
But anyway, it doesn't prevent us to be creative, right? And to really still add value to our target audience or customers, and just being the entrepreneur that we are, right?
exactly, exactly. And yeah, anything is anything is possible. It's a matter. The question is, what is the strategy? Okay,
Yes.
right.
Strategy mindset. So I think in a way that's where me and Jonica comes in, the strategy part. We talk a lot about stuff like NLP video, but it, essentially it's all about the strategy, right, Jonica?
Right. And not only, yeah, strategy. Okay, so if you're not getting the results that you want, always change your strategy.
Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna pull you up out of the stream right now, but yeah, stay there for a while. I'm gonna catch up with you. I'm just gonna close the stream. So thank you everyone for watching,
Thanks
and
so much.
if you're seeing any value out of this video, please subscribe. So I'm gonna pull out Jonica. Wave, Jonica. Bye bye. But wait for me in the broadcast room, okay?
All right.
All right. So, guys, thank you for staying and watching the first live stream. And we have quite a few who watch us, but you guys can still watch this on replay. So, head on to my YouTube channel. You can see it on the right side of your screen right now. And um, thank you for staying. And I hope wherever you are in your video content creation journey in your business, in whatever you're doing right now, just keep doing it. Be better, 1%. You know, at 1% better than the previous video. I always hear that from Think Media. So thanks to my friends and our friends who stayed with us for tonight's live stream. See you on our next live stream.